Hi, welcome to the Industry Astrology Full Moon Forecast and Tarot reading for August of 2022. The moon is waxing, the energy is increasing. How are you feeling? The moon is waxing, growing bigger and brighter, and on August 11th at 6:36 p.m. Pacific time, the moon will reach its peak brightness, end the Purnima Tithi, and then begin to wane again. Restless, excited, maybe moody, or a little more emotional. This full moon has an electrifying kind of spiritual energy in it. This is the auspicious full moon of the month of Shravana, which is in dedication to Lord Shiva, the liberator of karmic attachments and the protector of the world. And so it's called the Shravana Purnima. So there's a lot of special rituals that are done all through the month. It said this full moon has a special spiritual power to help you to awaken from within and get freedom and empowerment from maybe long-held fears or patterns that you would like to change. This full moon also punctuates a remarkable alignment with Saturn and Uranus, an ongoing Saturn-Uranus square that has been really boiling up, creating a lot of tension in the collective. It's a lot about change and revolution and facing the status quo, changing what we think is normal. This moon is a punctuation point. It's interesting how it aligns right up with this karmic collective energy. So there's a possibility for shakeups and upheavals on the collective, or Uranus sometimes is said to cause earthquakes. Rahu and Ketu are also involved with this square formation. Ketu, the tail of the snake that causes liberation. The Sun, Rahu and Uranus just a degree apart from one another. This is the mean node Rahu. And Saturn and Moon. There's tension in this full moon, and that can help you see things in a new way, maybe awaken something. Uranus is a kind of awakening energy, and that Saturn there is so powerful. Saturn is almost at full opposition, which is the brightest in luminosity that he can be. He's retrograde, he's very strong in Capricorn. And so also it's a lot about taking a look at what's going on, maybe on the material level, in a practical way, in a very authentic, realistic, and sober way as well. It's a kind of full moon of liberation, it seems like, a breaking point perhaps for many people. And how this full moon really affects you in detail in what area of your life depends on how it's transiting your natal chart. And so if you'd like to find out more about that, you can book a reading with me online. I'll leave a link in the description window. This full moon is in the nakshatra, the Vedic nakshatra, or the area of the sky called Dhanishta. Dhanishta nakshatra. Dhanishta is called the star of Symphony, and it's symbolized by a musical instrument, sometimes a flute or a drum, a cosmic drum, like a damaru, like the drum that Lord Shiva plays in the tandava, the sacred dance of destruction and creation. It's connected with divine sound, divine harmony, and divine timing. And so there's a particular blessing in this full moon. It's a time for setting intentions, like I said, for being very, like Saturn, very realistic also with them. But that sense of divine timing and connectivity with others can be used now for any kind of constructive work you do with others, particularly even just coming together and connecting, playing music, doing any kind of sound therapy, kirtan, like chanting mantra together, or alone as well. There's a portal opening now where the power of sound healing, is expanded. This is also the full moon that is celebrated as Rakhi, where siblings, sisters in particular, tie a silk thread around the wrists of their brothers as a sort of dedication and honoring them, as well as a promise of protection, mutual protection between them. So Dhanishta has a special energy of timing, right? Being in sync with others, being in sync with what's happening, feeling the flow of life. And Dhanishta also, Dan, that word has something to do with wealth, harvest, abundance, making wealth together. We need each other. The real wealth is in the collective. And this good timing, this good harmony, this divine coming together, especially can be uplifting through mantra, like I was saying, through kirtan, through singing together, through playing an instrument, whatever, just letting it out is a great way to channel this energy and magnify the blessings of this full moon, particularly chanting to Lord Shiva. It feels like the evolution of the spirit, the human spirit, is accelerating and has been accelerating for several years now. And while we're faced with big obstacles, especially in the last couple of years, there's also an awakening happening simultaneously, right? From within and without. And so this full moon accenting that Saturn and Uranus Rahu angle, I feel like it's like a wake-up call, depending on how it's aspecting your chart and what dashas you're in, of course, will have varying impact on people, right? But for the world, the collective in general, it looks to me like a turning point, like that's calling people back together. A new kind of unity, a new kind of awareness of how we need to work together and find that divine harmony among us. Let's just take a look at what the tarot cards have to say about this full moon in Dhanishta Nakshatra. Okay, so the first card that came through is the Six of Coins, card of wealth. Dhanishta is translated as the wealthiest, the wealth bringer. And, it is a star of bringing in all these different elements. Actually, it's ruled by the Vasudevas, who were the elemental gods that bring wealth. Fire, earth, water, the sun and the moon. And the next card here, the Chariot. The success of bringing people together to create something. The Vasudevas can bring wealth, right? Success, unity, harmony. This is from the Rig Veda. Even as a chariot from a difficult ravine, bountiful Vasus rescue us from all distress. So, there's something very protective about this full moon in the Shravana Purnama. And, the Vasudevas are so connected with the mythology of Dhanishta. They were born once because they stole a cow, a wealth-giving cow, from a rishi long ago, and they got in trouble. And they had to, as a punishment, they were given a curse to be born on earth. That was their punishment, to have a life on earth. And they took birth through the Ganga, the river Ganga, the water of life, the water we pour over the Shiva Lingam, offering to Lord Shiva, the one who holds Ganga in his hair, in his jata, keeps it from its destructive force and makes it gentle, makes it peaceful and nourishing for all the people on earth. So this connection to nourishment, protection, the waters of life as well. And one of the Vasus the one who he had to bear the worst of the curses was his wife, who wanted this cow to be abducted. His name was Bhishma. He became a great hero in the Mahabharata and a great teacher of Dharma. And so he had to live the longest. He wasn't able to just leave quickly from Earth. So he lived a life that was something of a sacrifice. In fact, he was wounded on the battlefield, and he stayed and waited until the winter solstice passed, with his wounds still shot with arrows, they say, and continued to teach and give. So there's this element of sacrifice as well to unity. Dhanishta is a lot about collective wealth and socialization, right? Connecting with others. So even though, people are not perfect, and so much around family connection and friendships and community can sometimes feel like a sacrifice, or sometimes things do not work out the way we had hoped, the investment of our time and energy. But there's still this necessity to bring the wealth together, to share. Okay, let's take a look. In times of uncertainty, there is always great wealth just beneath the surface. Connect to the blessings of this earth. Connect to the people, the loved ones, most dear to your heart. Though things may seem to be upside down, circle around and see it from a new perspective. We are here to co-create in harmony, in time, like a dance. And everything comes forth in divine timing and in the right way. Okay, thanks for coming to the Industry Astrology Full Moon Forecast. I do offer one-on-one readings, tarot readings, and Vedic Astrology readings online. Book a one-on-one reading with me on my website, anandastrology.com, and be sure to check out my newsletter. It's free, coming to your inbox, and also subscribe to this YouTube channel. Check out Instagram as well. I do post more frequently on Instagram and Facebook. Okay, so I will see you soon on the next new moon.